How you doing?
Doing good.
Good. Hey, we had some calls from family members, and they just wanted us to come out and check and make sure you're okay on you and your wife. You guys okay?
I'm okay, yes.
Okay.
My wife passed away.
Now, it could be that pad that... Got me on tape? Ready? Sustan. You got me on tape?
Yep.
Sustan, Nim. Nim.
It all began with a simple welfare check. Roberta Lee Heisler's brother had been growing increasingly concerned. His sister, Roberta, had seemingly vanished, and every attempt to reach her led to dead ends. Philip Snyder, her husband, had provided vague and inconsistent explanations. The brother couldn't shake the suspicion that something was terribly wrong, so he contacted the police. When officers arrived at Philip's home for the welfare check, they were greeted by an elderly man who appeared calm but somewhat evasive. Wearing his usual suspenders and speaking softly, Philip told officers that Roberta had passed away during a trip they took to Graceland. According to him, she had suddenly fallen ill, died in their truck.
Yeah.
You mind if I step in for a second?
Sure, good morning.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Good. Hey, we had some calls from family members, and they just wanted us to come out and check and make sure you're okay on you and your wife. You guys okay?
I'm okay, yes.
Okay.
My wife passed away.
Okay, when did that happen?
The 6th.
The 6th of January?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd that happen?
We went down to Memphis to see Elvis's down there, and
What happened?
she had,
When did you guys go down?
well, we left the 5th,
January 5th?
actually the 4th, late on the 4th and the 5th. Got down there the 6th, and she choked on her phlegm. She'd been choking for about a year.
Okay.
And she wanted to go down one more time before she died. I think she knew she was going to die.
Okay. So when they transported, did you speak with the coroner or?
No.
No? Well, so what happened? So where's your wife now? What happened to her?
They took her to a place where they cremate people.
Okay, and you don't know where that is either?
No. They said I didn't need to stay. If I wanted to, I could just go ahead and go home.
Okay. So what are they going to do with the cremation?
She didn't want no ashes kept back.
Okay.
We talked about this, several times.
Several times?
Not several, but in the last 6 months we've talked about this. She would say, if I die, no, I don't want to be sitting on someone's shelf. So, no ashes brought back.
And so when when this all happened, the ambulance transported to the hospital.
Wherever to.
So you don't know the ambulance or the hospital or anything?
No.
It was an unbelievable story. There were no records of Roberta's death, no witnesses, and no proof that Philip had even taken the trip he described. Still, the officers had little evidence to detain him. But something about his demeanor and the inconsistencies in his story raised red flags.
I got a map in the truck.
You got a map in the truck? Okay.
That map says it's a whole
Yeah.
Are you a churchgoer?
Not every Sunday, no.
Do you have a priest as well as a doctor or a minister, a pastor? Do you pray?
Often.
Well, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to pray for your wife.
I would.
Pray for her soul. Pray that we find her body so that she can, if she wanted to be cremated, we can make sure that she gets the proper burial that she deserves. Because, sir, I'm afraid that she's somewhere out there, and they're calling her Jane Doe right now. That's honestly what I think is going on. And if that's the reality of it, she deserves better, you deserve better, your kids deserve better, her friends deserve better.
I agree.
Everybody in her life deserves better. We need all the help we can get.
I'll give it to you. Is that picture good enough?
Yes. Well, it's the best that we could do right now. Who took her and where did she go?
I don't know for sure. I don't know.
Do you know that there's going to be some people that may think you did something to her?
I didn't.
But I'm just asking you, do you know that there are some people that may think that?
I didn't do anything.
Okay. And you didn't leave her somewhere else?
No.
Because that's what people will think. You know, I'm already getting phone calls from the news channels. This is going to be a big story. I want you to be aware of that. And it gets bigger when police don't have any answers.
I can't help them.
Okay.
And I can't help you.
Okay, and I appreciate that. You know?
But I didn't do anything to them.
Okay, and you know for absolute certainty that somebody else took her out of your truck on Elvis Presley Boulevard, and they took her somewhere.
They said she was dead.
Okay, and they took her somewhere.
I don't know whether they took her to a. I don't think they would take her to a crematorium because you gotta have a death certificate.
Right. Somebody has to pronounce a person dead. And if you're a person who is in the state and you live in another state, the hospital can't just do that. A doctor can't do that. It has to be a medical examiner or a coroner. That's what the law is. So somebody official has to do that. And we've contacted all the official people. And they say, we never heard of Roberta Snyder. We don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Days later, officers returned with more questions. This time, Philip's answers were different. His story shifted slightly, small inconsistencies crept into his retelling, and his body language became defensive. Each question was met with hesitation, and it became clear that Philip was hiding something. When asked again about the alleged trip to Graceland, Philip struggled to keep his details straight. Detectives noticed his nervousness and growing agitation. At this point, the police knew they needed to dig deeper.
That's the reason that you didn't see her on the videos, because she was already dead. She was dead on the way down. Oh my goodness. She was when I wanted to get her to Graceland. So I did. She was dead on the way down. But I didn't harm her. I did not harm her. I wanted to make it so that she could be there.
I think we've made a little bit of headway. I'm glad that you are acknowledging that part of which that I have video for. But I'm just disappointed that you're not completing the story, because I know if she was here, she would be telling you, Phil, be honest. And
she was so cold in the truck, and it was very, very cold that morning. She was dead on the way down.
okay.
She was alive when we left here. She died on the way down.
Okay. So what happened to her after she was killed? How did it happen?
What do you do? What do you do? I didn't do nothing to her.
Courage.
It's either the Kentucky River or the Tennessee River. It was on the way home. I put her in. I was just barely able to lift her up and throw her over the edge. And I put her in the river. And the current took her away.
So why did you throw her in the river?
I didn't want her to I didn't want her to be cremated. I wanted her to be with nature. And I wanted her to be safe with nature. And I figured if she went downstream, no one would ever be able to find her. You want to take me to jail?
I want to take you to jail. But I want to find your wife.
And in a panic, he had disposed of her body by throwing it into the Tennessee River. The third visit was different. This time, detectives brought cadaver dogs. Philip reluctantly allowed them into his home, though his unease was impossible to miss. The dogs immediately alerted officers to an area in the basement. What they found would solidify their suspicions: blood-stained clothes, plastic sheets, and an unmistakable foul odor.
You like something here. Now, it could be that pad that... Got me on tape? Ready? Sustan. You got me on tape?
Yep.
Sustan, Nim. Nim. No, it's just... I mean, we'll tell that. I smell it. Alright, so we got this area here. It could be something, it could be this, it could be this. I mean,
This could have been in the truck when,
watch my smell. You'll be able to smell it. I'm gonna leave it like that.
oh yeah, I can smell something.
Something's in there. Alright. Sukin. Alright, so something's... Alright, we're gonna leave it. Nim, I don't want you to touch anymore. Sustan. But I just don't know if it's that, or if it's... You smell that? Do you smell it? Do you get a whiff?
Yeah, I can get a whiff.
Take more of your gloves. You got gloves? Yeah, go ahead and just move it if you want. Just hold it if you want it. Now here's more Christmas stuff. He's not interested in any other Christmas stuff. He's interested... Did you smell that? Yeah.
It does smell like something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Changed.
These discoveries were sent for forensic analysis, and the results were damning. Human decomposed blood was present on the evidence. But despite being confronted with this proof, Philip remained steadfast in his refusal to cooperate. He claimed he wasn't feeling well and avoided answering any further questions. The detectives were now dealing with a man who was stubborn, intelligent in his deception, and unwilling to crack under pressure.
So, here's the situation. One of us is going to tell your story. If I tell your story, it's not going to be as well received as if you tell your story.
Okay.
Not only that, but Kenny and Brian and Deborah all deserve to know the truth. Okay? And you are not being truthful. I mean,
She didn't die at home. She died en route.
well, you know how far from your home Worcester is?
No.
Not very. So you're telling me that she got into the truck in the garage?
Blue shirt.
Okay.
And I had put her in black plastic bags.
Okay.
And I didn't throw her. I laid her.
Okay.
I didn't throw her. I laid her.
Okay.
And I heard the splash.
Oh, for sure.
I didn't cut her off her shirt.
So, why did you cut off her shirt?
I didn't. Where was this at?
So, why'd you cut off her shirt?
I didn't. Where's that at?
In your basement.
No, that's something that she's done.
No.
I didn't do that.
It was in that red bin under that table, Phil. Yeah, here's the thing about DNA and about human decomposition. Now remember, all of the stuff that we have is up at the Bureau of Criminal Investigation Crime Lab in Richfield, Ohio. Okay.
I didn't cut her off her shirt.
Well,
No,
then who did?
I didn't.
Then who did?
I don't know that anybody did.
Well, here's the thing about human decomposition. The human body decomposes in stages. You know, So if I'm dead a day, there's a difference in my physiology than if I'm dead for 3 days, or 5 or 7, or if I'm dead for a month, or if something's been somewhere decomposing for a year. It's all different. And the scientific information is indisputable. So we know that shirt came off of her dead body.
I didn't cut her shirt off.
Then how did her shirt come off?
I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't know how that shirt got there. I don't know.
Well, here's the sad thing. And like I said in the beginning, somebody's going to tell your story. Here's what my plan is pretty simple. I'm going to go to the grand jury, and I'm going to explain to them that your wife is dead. We found her decomposing tissue in your basement. We have pictures of your truck in Worcester, Ohio, without her in it, although you say she is. But that lie is on top of all these other lies. I'm just explain this. We're going to explain this to the grand jury. And here's the thing that really bothers me the most. If you are innocent, you want the truth to be out there, the whole truth. But we have indisputable evidence that you're not being truthful. So why don't you just explain to me so I don't have to go and tell the grand jury what I think happened, so we can know exactly what happened. Kenny deserves to know where his mom is. I've told you before, and I'm telling you again, I will drive you there. We will go and get her. Don't let the final chapter of this story be written by law enforcement. Explain why you panicked, what you did, how you did it, where you did it, and let us all move on.
I don't want to continue this. I don't want to continue this. And I got a question.
Sure.
Kenny wants to sell the Jeep.
Well, he's got your power of attorney. He can do, but what to say is just the truth. Did she die at home, and you took her to Memphis anyway? I mean, I understand that if that's what you did, but I know she wasn't riding in your truck. We got indisputable evidence that she was not in your truck, at least not in the front. Okay, so if she was in the back, what difference does it make if she was in the back between Columbus and Cincinnati, or if she was in the back when you left your garage? What difference does it make, other than it's true?
Have Kenny come in, please.
Bye, dude.
They think she died at home.
Oh, did she?
Yes. I took her to, she wanted to go one more time to,
I asked you this last night.
I know.
So, okay, now, tell us about what happened. You asked for Kenny to come here, and we don't have a problem with that. We just made a nice little breakthrough, but I'm still telling you, you got to explain the whole thing.
She coughed phlegm, a large amount of phlegm, and she passed away. And her tongue was like swollen, and I panicked. And I don't know why I took the heart film.
Okay, but hold on a second. When did she pass away, Phil? You drove to Memphis on the 4th, right? When did she pass away?
I guess on the 4th.
When did you cut her shirt off of her?
I don't remember doing that.
You were just going to tell him you cut it off, and then
I don't
I
remember
interrupted you,
cutting
and I'm sorry.
my mom's shirt. I don't remember doing it. I was in shock. I don't know.
Phil,
I don't know.
I know this. You didn't cut her shirt off at home. I know that. So, at what point?
Well, if it was, how,
Because you brought it back. And Phil, you asked for Kenny to be here. There's blood in that tub, and we swapped it. In fact, we took Kenny's DNA, and we took her sister's DNA because we don't have any DNA of your wife's.
I can give you her DNA.
Well, but Kenny, Phil, you haven't been honest with me. I can't just say, okay, this.
She coughed up a big chunk of
on when?
at home.
When?
Did it happen on Wednesday night or did it happen Thursday morning?
Thursday, I think.
Phil,
Thursday morning.
Phil, let me tell you something.
I don't know for sure. It's been, how long ago?
It's been a while.
Anyway, but I don't remember cutting the shirt.
How did you get her out of the house?
I carried her out of the house.
Over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Drag her?
No.
No. Was she wrapped in plastic?
Yes.
So this 2 garbage bag story?
It was at home. I didn't want her to urinate all over everything, if there was any. Because I heard that if a person dies, they'll start to urinate. And I didn't want that to happen, so I put a bag around her bottom.
You didn't use the plastic that you were laying on?
No.
That same kind of plastic?
No.
So you expect us to believe that your wife is dead. In other words, she can't help you move her. And you put a garbage bag around her bottom and carried her out to your car.
Out to the back of the truck.
Out to the truck.
She lost weight. She didn't weigh as much as that.
Let's leave her out of this. So, she died at home.
Yes.
She's wearing her blue sweatshirt because you didn't cut it off at the house. At some point on this trip, you bagged several things in the bags, and you cut off the shirt. And there's blood in the tub. So how did that happen?
I don't know.
I haven't counted, but I bet I got more than 20, probably not 50, but more than 20 lies. And you lied to him in the beginning. You lied to Brian. You lied to every family. You called every single one of them and told them a different version of the story. And you know what that tells a person that's been a policeman all his life? You're guilty of something.
I'm not. I didn't kill my wife.
And nobody's accused you of killing your wife.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's the first time that word has even come out in this entire conversation.
No, you said, did you kill your wife?
I didn't. I never asked you that. I've never asked you that. I've asked you what happened.
I didn't harm my wife.
Well, you said that a bunch of times. But honestly, do you think he knows that now?
I hope she does.
But how does anybody know anything if you are still being deceptive? We had Jet, who is a cadaver dog, go all through your truck.
Okay.
Jet said there wasn't a dead body that had been in there. And Jet spots these. That's what he does. He's been trained to know, just like a dope dog or a dog searches for missing people. This dog is trained to know the smell of death. When it got to your red tote in the basement, it locked on that like it was something of tremendous value, and it probably was to the dog. But in your truck, it didn't care about anything. Where you were laying in your basement on the plastic and that pad, it walked right over that like it was nothing. It smells death. And think about this. Think about it like I would think. Your wife is in the back of your truck. She's only got 2 garbage bags protecting her, and you're driving. And she's in the back of your truck. Don't you think she's moving around, jostling around while she's back there? Which is only, and she's passed away. So the normal protections that the body has aren't there. It's only going to expedite how the body deteriorates. And the dog says, I don't see anything in there. Now, you did say you washed your truck in Memphis. Why'd you wash your truck in Memphis?
I couldn't see out of the windows.
Okay, but you have windshield wipers, right?
Yeah, there was salt all over everything.
Well, what did you use to clean the floor on your side of the truck?
On my side of the truck, I didn't clean the floor on myself.
Oh, we just so you know, we have your floor mat, and we did all kinds of swabs. But
I've had enough. Do you agree I've had enough?
That's you.
Dr. Peck said, when I've had enough, stop the conversation.
okay,
He's my psychiatrist.
okay.
And I can't do this anymore. I can't. I got to stop it right now.
Okay.
And we can maybe continue it some other time. But right now, my heart, my chest, my heart is thumping.
With Philip refusing to talk, the detectives devised a bold plan. They brought in a retired undercover detective, a woman skilled in extracting confessions from even the most closed-off suspects. Her task was simple yet dangerous. Posing as a woman with a sinister agenda, she struck up a friendship with Philip.
Are you the girl over there?
Yeah, last week. Yeah. Huh? Different restaurant. Yeah, I can't go to the same one every day.
She said you could sit with her.
No, really, you can sit with me.
It's okay.
No, please do.
We have assigned seats here.
You do, don't you? I don't. There wasn't a tag on mine when I got here. I'm new to the group. I needed a tag.
Hi.
I'm Missy.
I'm Fran.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You smell good.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I can't even smell it.
What you smell?
Oscar.
Is it?
He's around.
Oh, it smells good.
Right.
You guys want
Yeah, have a good one.
it too.
Don't get friendly with him.
Oh, really? Was that guy there?
He's the one with lives and that's it.
Somebody was telling me about that.
Yes. Yeah. They can't find the body, so they can't charge him.
Do you think he did it?
He said he did, and then he's not well in the head.
To say they indict me.
Yeah.
But they told my doctor, Dr. Rich was my psychologist when I was in the hospital.
That's not who you're seeing now.
No.
No.
He said the chief of police in Hartsville said they didn't have enough to indict you. So I don't know what my son Kenny's trying to do to keep him stirred up. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, but they can't. I mean, the thing is, you can't get things stirred up if they're,
But what I'm concerned about, I don't want a police car coming to your mom's house.
Oh, yeah.
And since you and I text each other,
You think they
well, say they
take your phone?
confiscate my phone.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, who is Melissa Schiffer?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they could grill me all day. I told you. I'm
So
tight-lipped.
So I told this lady, I said, all she can tell them is that
I wouldn't tell them
my
anything.
wife passed away.
I wouldn't tell them anything. I'd just say I'd talk to you sometimes at Hartsville. I'd go to Hartsville, drink coffee. I wouldn't even tell them that. That's the thing, like at Burger King, they don't know what you tell. People don't know what you tell me. Like at Burger King, like Fran, like all I know is that she goes and works out. People don't tell me anything. So if somebody were to come talk to me and say, what did he tell you? I would go, we talk about the weather and it's snowing and coffee, and every now and then he goes, how's your mom doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, I am one tight lip. Yeah. I'm not worried about that one bit. Not one bit. And I told you before, I've been challenged that way with my girlfriend.
Have you?
About 25 years ago, yeah.
With the police?
Uh-huh. Yep.
And you didn't tell him nothing?
Of course I didn't tell him anything. Why would I tell him anything? She's my friend. I don't want to see her in jail. I felt bad. I thought, he probably thinks I'm like all kinds of yesterday, like after yesterday. He probably thinks I'm all kinds of crazy.
No.
Okay. Because I just...
No, I don't.
That's just sort of how I roll. That's why... And I didn't mean it mean when I go, oh, I think you did it. I just think you did it because I think we're a lot alike, and I know that I would do it. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Because I would do it. I am. But if you need someone to, you don't ever have to tell me. But if you need somebody to know, which was how it was with my girlfriend. And she, every now and then, not very often, her and I would meet, and she would like, hey, I got to talk about, and she would get it off her chest because she trusts me. And, I could be that person for you. I want you to know that. But come on, tell me.
Tell you what?
I don't know.
I can't tell you anything else.
I thought you were going to tell me. I was like, I'm thinking, how would I do it? What would I do? And I think we're a lot alike. I think we think alike. So I'm thinking so I was thinking about it last night. I actually fell asleep thinking about it, and I was thinking about it last night. I even dreamt about it because it was like, how would I do it? And I don't think I'd have her in the truck that long. That's the thing.
But it was 0 out. Or not 0, it was 10 degrees.
It was cold. Yeah. But
So
what if you got pulled over or something?
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was in shock.
Right. I get that.
And what are they going to find?
But however, though, you're very smart. You are very, very, very smart. That's what, and you fooled him. That's why he told you that. That's why your son told you that, because you fooled. Look, they don't have anything, which is intriguing. I get it. When you said she got mean, and I think she got mean, and you just snapped. And I'm not sure how you did it, but I'm intrigued about that. I think you just snapped, and I think you're very smart. I think you're very, very smart. And you're like, okay, this is how I can, and you got away with it. Like, that is what's cool.
She presented herself as someone who needed advice on how to get rid of her mother. At first, Philip was skeptical. He avoided giving her any concrete details and played coy. But the undercover detective was persistent. She flirted, she pushed, and she carefully crafted a scenario where Philip began to feel comfortable. Slowly, he started letting his guard down.
I don't know how much effort it takes to do that.
Not much.
It doesn't?
2 minutes. 2 minutes can get kind of long.
I was going to say, is that, will she be fighting?
Maybe.
And yelling?
No, she couldn't yell because she'll face down in the car.
I could totally do it. Well, did you do it well enough so they're not going to find something? That's what I'm trying to help you with. You know what I mean? Because I get you. So did you do it well enough that they're not going to find something? Or are you worried they're going to find something?
No, I'm not going to find something.
Are you sure?
No foul play.
Are you? No, are you? Did you do it well enough?
Maybe.
See, that's why you're probably stressing, because it's a maybe. Because if it were a yes, there's no way they're going to find it. Then you would probably be, a lot more comfortable.
There's no way I can know.
Nice.
There just isn't any way I can know. I'll give you a scenario.
Yes, give me a scenario. Right, and that's just, I'm with you.
Don't forget about the Tennessee River.
Okay.
I can give you a scenario.
Okay.
I asked a guy that picks up dumpsters behind, like Wendy's, Burger King.
Yeah.
I said, what do you do with that? I said, what do you do with the neighborhood trash? He says, I take it and they sort through it.
You mean like the neighborhood trash that you put up by the road? Yeah.
You never?
I'm not real smart. So, you put her in the dumpster.
That's a scenario.
I know, but okay. Oh, then she's buried 10 feet deep in garbage now. You won't find her. Been packaged. There's no way.
It's just a scenario.
I know. So just a scenario. How long does it take for a body to decompose?
A year.
Does it really take that long?
Be bonus.
But what about if you were in garbage? I would think that would speed it up.
I don't know. But she might not be in garbage. She might be in Tennessee.
What is it? In hospital or something?
No, come on. Okay. You love to tease with me, don't you? Okay. Let's talk about the maybe. We're just scenario. Just a scenario. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of dump? Did they say what kind of dump that the big ones go to?
Oh, it's huge.
It is. Like, how many people put it? Like ton? Like it's a big one, or is it like
It's huge.
Okay. Do they dump this? Well, you don't know. Do you know anything about the dump?
What that truck does, it compacts.
Mm-hmm.
The truck that picks up here from Wendy's,
Yeah.
Burger King, and over here at the who's that gas station?
Yeah.
That dumpster over there.
Yeah.
That it goes in and it
Compact. Right. Oh.
and he takes it to the dump and he pushes it out.
Okay. And then it pushes it out, and then they push out on top of it, or do they push out around it?
Well, then there's a big truck that dumps dirt.
Over top. You're
And
good.
there's pipes that come up to vent the methane.
So that it'll disintegrate. Right. This is just this.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what do the pipes do?
Vents the methane.
Okay. So it's been scenario-wise. It's been 3 months. So 3 months of, although it's been cold, not hot. It'll help when it's hot. Don't you think?
I don't know. It's a scenario.
Right. I know. See, now you got me intrigued.
Just as Philip began revealing the truth, a setback occurred. The camera recording the interaction ran out of battery. But fortunately, the team had prepared for this. A backup voice recorder was still running, and every word Philip said was captured.
Okay, I got another bizarre idea.
I like bizarre ideas.
Okay. And the reason I said over here is because I don't want anybody to hear this.
Okay. It's that bizarre. I love that bizarre.
Jesus. I was in the carpenter's union.
Okay.
I put my wife on as my beneficiary
For life insurance.
for half of my pension.
Okay.
It'll be close to $900 a month.
Ooh.
If I die,
Yeah.
no one gets nothing. Okay.
Right.
They don't even know that my wife, because there's no death certificate.
Okay. Fine.
Say there's a marriage of convenience.
Then somebody gets
$900
interesting. Bizarre.
It's just an idea.
That is an idea. Bizarre, but I like bizarre. I have to think about that.
You don't even need to get frisky.
Good, because I'm not frisky kind of person.
Okay.
Let's play cards. Let's play cards. And let me think about that. That's very interesting.
And my son Kenny doesn't even need to know.
Because he doesn't even know that you have. So if she would have died, if you would have died before her, she would have gotten all that?
900 a month.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Did she know that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's like 860 collapsing.
Yeah. That's a lot of money. You're going to tell me, though, how it happened, aren't you? I'm done. I think, wait. Yeah, I'm done. You're going to tell me how it happened?
After I get to Cincinnati, I'll tell you how it happened.
No. Good try.
I'm done.
I think you should just tell me so we can get past that, so I can quit wondering. To tell you the truth. Because I'm wondering. And like I said, I don't even care, which is crazy about it. I don't even care if you cut her up, put her in a blender, and drank her for breakfast.
No,
well, I know you didn't do that. I know. So, but it's sort of like, I'm like, okay, I'll be laying there like, okay, did he use it? Did he, like, how?
No.
I know, but I want to know. And it's like, why? I don't know why. I just do.
Say she wasn't breathing. This is a scenario.
What?
And I'll put you get a plastic bag from some grocery stores don't have paper, they give you a plastic bag.
Like Giant Eagle, the blue ones?
Yeah. Or, yeah.
Like that thin? No, that's pretty thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say her tongue was stuck. If you put a bag, say this is just a scenario.
Right.
Over her face.
Yeah.
And tied it around her neck.
Right.
It's just a scenario.
Right.
She wasn't breathing anyway, possibly. But I didn't try to help her because she didn't want me to.
Right. So, but aren't those too thin?
No.
You know?
No.
But okay, so how long does it take? Does it take a while? And if I did that to would that be better to do it like that to my mom or with the pillow? If I were to do that.
If you were to do that.
Yeah. Do the pillow.
But say you have to tie the bag around her neck.
Yeah.
And it might be a month on her neck. Just a scenario.
Right.
Just a possibility.
Right. Or though, I think you're close enough to me to know that you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
No, I don't.
What do you think I'm going to say? You know me. What do you think I'm going to say?
That you're going to ask me how I did it again.
Well, I know how you did it.
How did I do it?
You, while she was asleep on the couch, you put a plastic bag over her head, which is and tied it up. She was on the plastic. But how'd you get her on the plastic?
She fell there on her own.
But I don't buy that.
Okay.
You know why? Because I can see it in your eyes.
Okay.
And I just want you to tell me, but I do find it very intriguing.
What, me?
Yeah.
Or the story?
Both. Because I told you yesterday, and I get it. Like, I get the fed up. I get it. Are you done?
Being numb.
Yeah.
Being numb.
Yeah. And all this happening, and you probably afterwards stood back and was like, what just happened? I'm guessing, I don't know. Tell me, does it feel like that?
Kind of does. Kind of.
Did you feel relief? Because I think that's how I would feel.
I didn't feel relief until I was on the road and in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Then I felt relief.
Then, well, you probably didn't feel relief till you're on your way back.
No, it was on my way down.
Even with her in there, you felt relief?
Mm-hmm. You should have done that.
Oh, I should have. But I'm glad You didn't show me because I'm going to win fair and square.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay.
On the recording, Philip admitted to the crime in chilling detail. He described how he had planned everything, how he disposed of Roberta's body, and why he had done it. The motive was financial. Philip had made himself the beneficiary of Roberta's retirement money, and her death would ensure he could collect it. The confession was enough to put him under arrest. In the face of undeniable evidence, Philip could no longer hide behind his lies.
She's right there. She's right there? You sure? I heard it.
Coming up on Hunky Dory. Peachy Keen. Peachy Keen.
I haven't talked to her for a while. She didn't see anything wrong. Is it okay?
Seems good.
You want to talk to me?
No. I'll talk to you as a friend.
Well, the bad news is I got to work for your list.
Okay.
So you got to
Kidding.
step up.
Can I park my truck into my apartment?
Step up.
You're kidding.
Step up.
You're kidding.
Step up. Now do me a favor. Let's stand right over here. We're going to pat you down. Hands up against this.
Philip Snyder was charged with the murder of Roberta Lee Heisler. In court, his demeanor was cold and emotionless. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Philip never revealed where he had truly disposed of Roberta's body. He remained silent on that detail, leaving her family with an agonizing lack of closure. He was sentenced to life in prison, but the sentence did little to ease the pain of Roberta's loved ones. Without her body, there could be no proper burial, no final goodbyes. This case leaves behind a haunting question. Where is Roberta Lee Heisler's body? Despite Philip's confession and the evidence against him, that question remains unanswered. Philip Snyder carried that secret with him into prison, and unless he decides to confess again, the truth may never come to light.